go.
Yeah, Freecs on the blue side, which certainly fits given the colors, and SKT will be staying with their colors as well, as they'll be on the red. Counter pick available here for SKT as LeBlanc is the first ban from the Afreeca Freecs.
And that's really big coming into it. I still don't totally know who I actually personally would favor in terms of color choice on this specific patch, but obviously with so many power picks being available, blue side is very interesting, especially because some of the power picks are so versatile, most notably being Nico.
Yeah, and actually SKT have only won on blue side so far. The only game that they lost was on the red, so we'll see whether they can buck that trend as well, as of course the sample size of 3 is not exactly huge. When it comes to that one, Yuumi is going to be their second ban, SKT with not quite as much time to practice with the Catbook lady, so not going to deal with it.
I like that. Well, how about Rek'Sai for a ban? This does mean that Ryze, Sylas, Aatrox, and others are still available right now.
And also, the Lee Sin will be available for Clid if he wants to pick that one up, unless Dread wants to pick that one away. In fact, was one of his best performing champions in the previous series. Final ban, 4 seconds to go here for SKT. Sylas would be the biggest one, but Ryze is there as well.
I think it has to be Ryze.
To trade it. Nautilus is banned, so throw away so they can get one of either Ryze or Sylas. I think you pick Sylas here, though. He's so good on this current patch.
Looks like they're going to go Sylas. I would be very surprised if SKT doesn't just snap back Ryze.
You snap Ryze Lee, right?
Samurai sword on my back. You don't know how to act. Maybe you should relax. Maybe you should relapse. Just kidding. Stop. Woo. Woo. Stop. Stop.
draft, and the Galio is where they're going to sit. So Xin Galio, the last lock-ins here for the Afreeca Freecs. Worked well for Kingzone. See whether it can be piloted with the same success here for the Afreeca Freecs.
It's going to be mid or top Aatrox, so you preferably
Jax.
want an answer to either which one. Jax is pretty strong. So the scary thing here, though, is that SK Telecom, they're on a timer, which is normally not what Jax wants to hear.
Yeah, I'm looking
if
at
he's
Jax,
on a team.
Jax, Rise, and Ezreal thinking like they're on a timer? Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, because eventually Sylas, Aatrox, and Sona will just out-heal you and
Yeah.
actually out-teamfight you. So when you're Jax and Rise, that's not what you want to be hearing inside of teamfights. You don't want to actually think, oh wow, 3 and 4 items are not breakpoints where we just simply take over the game. There is a massive power shift with Ezreal potentially being able to try to blow up Sona really quickly with the new build variation that he's had.
Yeah.
With the Ezreal AD AP hybrid with Ludens that can just QWE you and you're almost dead. That would potentially open up some sort of a window, but interestingly enough, I really don't think the Rise Jax is going to be the typical 3-4 item monsters that they normally are, specifically because of the way Afreeca's team composition is.
Well, Afreeca's team composition is very short range, but is also the one that doesn't necessarily want to be running into a fight against their opponent, right? I feel like being short range is fine for this particular comp, just with how it wants to play out. SKT would have liked to have a bit of range on their side, however, and they just straight up don't have it. They've got Ezreal for a bit of poke, they've got Karma for a bit of poke there as well, but it's not huge range poke. Yeah. It's not like you can engage from a really far distance with some long CC, things like that. They've got long range slows, I guess, but otherwise not really anything to get a fight going with a pick to begin it, and that's what's really dangerous against this Afreeca composition. SKT fans in full voice. Of course, it is standing room only here at LoL Park because SKT's playing all of the fans all of the time for these guys. As we are onto the Rift for our first match of the first game of the final match of Week 1. LCK Summer.
And so, okay, jumping into this again, this is really interesting, and I really do want to take a little bit more time to talk about it because it's not every day that you get to say that Jax and Rise are actually going to have problems later on in the game.
I feel like you owe us a bit more of an explanation for that one.
Yeah, so in the later stages, Jax, you would think, well, he has the option to just sort of split push and try to do something. Well, they're on red side, so coordinating 1-3-1s is more difficult on red side due to the way that proximity to Baron works for the top lane and how unreliable top inhibitor turrets are. So, naturally, the Jax and the Rise can't get that going as well as they would like to. And because the Sona team composition with the Sylas and everything wants to start fighting around 2-3 items, normally when Rise and Jax would, most people would think, start taking over games. But all of the healing, all the shields, the way that Xin Zhao is going to work the World Ender off of one kill, the fact that Lee Sin and Jax have to be so up close and personal makes it really hard and awkward to actually fight, but also for Rise to reliably deal damage. So there's a lot of emphasis on the Ezreal, as well as just getting a pick. If SK Telecom gets one pick on any of the members, the team composition for Afreeca sort of falls apart.
Yeah, I think that especially if aiming goes down. If aiming goes down, there are a bunch of melees with not a lot to do.
Yes. Sona is the key component.
Absolutely. So, massive target on aiming's back, and we'll see whether he is able to make the right decisions in this game. However, if he survives, and he's very hard to jump on as well, given we've already mentioned the lower range here for SKT, is Keen not going to get stunned up by that Counter-Strike, as this top lane's actually very interesting between these two, and we wanted a more skill-based matchup between Keen and Khan.
This is potentially what we're looking at as the best top laner in Korea versus Khan. So we might be looking at number 1 and 2 duking it out here, although Summit is quite phenomenal.
Rascal also playing very well this
season
so far, despite his last performance on the Camille that I know you were thinking about.
He's the rookie of top lane. That's what's going on. He's the final boss for top laners in Korea.
Well, speaking of the final boss, I think for junglers it's cleared. And currently UCAL is having a lot of trouble. Gets the Aftershock. Hasn't actually flashed just yet. Does it quite late, but is going to survive.
Has the teleport available, so he'll be able to come back into the lane. Another thing that I would like to point out, though, is if SKT gets the ball rolling, if they're the ones that are ahead on the tempo, they might just have too much ammo inside of their kits that allow them to run over Afreeca before Sona and co can get to that annoying stability point.
And right now, you can see Mata and Teddy are actually shoving this wave very effectively. Senen's having a real difficult time actually farming, which is why you see only 11 CS for the Galio. So, see whether Afreeca can tidy that one up. Because yes, we're talking about more a theoretical game that will get to an even footing in a mid to late game, but all sorts of crazy things could happen at the beginning. Like Khan, going aggressive onto Keen here. Clid turns up towards topside, but Keen already able to almost take Khan completely down. The minions are super angry at this.
Oh, he has to be really careful.
Yeah, he's still sitting on flash.
Khan
can counter flash it. And Dread sees the Lee Sin, and he can go aggressive. Speaking of aggression, Faker in the mid lane. Also trying to bully UCAL away. Oh, Teddy. Aiming in trouble.
Teddy has teleport, as does aiming.
Spire Shield coming in here as SKT playing aggressively. The Xin Zhao is on the bottom side and has the Hail of Blades. A lot of early damage for Dread, but hasn't poked his head out of the jungle just yet. He's just power farming. Able to eat up a whole bunch of camps that Clid has left wanting and in fact denies the bottom side of the map. Took that wolf camp and killed the Gromp as well.
Clid's made some really decent attempts at getting stuff going, but because it hasn't panned out, Dread actually finds himself with a nice little camp lead.
Well, Ninja Tabi's completed here for Keen as he makes his way back up towards the top side. This is a matchup that's looking scary for Khan, to be honest, because I feel like Keen was always one of our best Aatrox top lane players, and Aatrox now, in a matchup like this, feels better. This is one of those occasions where Aatrox is very strong. Yeah. Instead of the other times that we've seen it where it just hasn't been able to find its footing on weak sides of the map.
Yep. Let's take a quick look at the itemization in the junglers right now. You notice that Lee Sin has the boots with the red smite, whereas Xin Zhao has the longsword and the red smite, because he knows he doesn't have an obligation to be places first, or to get there early and have the mobility. He just has to be there at the right time, and that he wants as much power as he can possibly have. Whereas Clid has the obligation to get his laners rolling and constantly be ahead in tempo. So it's nice to see the way that they're itemizing really aligns with what they need, and this is a really scary timing. Aiming might teleport back.
He's going to, and he's looking to time that with the gank, because Senen, you can see here, is looking juicy. And SKT will have none of it. Really smart movements from them, not to overpress, to try and punish Senen, because they didn't have that information available. Khan with a deep ward here, top side of the map. Still down by about 5 CS. Not anything to worry about here, but Keen still has his teleport. So advantage for the Aatrox in this lane at the moment. Counter-strike, and it's going to be Keen able to get out with the Umbral Dash very, very cleanly.
His lane state is just really, really good right now. Khan getting zoned out of gold and now even experience, as I think he runs down to eat fruit. Yeah, fruit's very expensive in Korea.
But it's delicious at the moment. In the middle of summer, you know, watermelon's absolutely fantastic.
I'm not paying
You're not paying
$18 for
I'm
a
an
watermelon.
Australian. I'm used to paying $18 for basically anything.
God.
Yeah, no, it's bad news. That's the Infernal Chain's broken. Stun comes in, but Keen looks not worried at all. Don't even know whether he got that cannon creep. So he might be tilted, not entirely sure.
How about $5 for an orange? You tilted now?
No, it's just Australian prices, dude. It's just how it works.
Alright.
People talk to me about, this is so expensive here in Korea, and I'm like, that's not expensive at all. You insane?
Food's actually quite... market food is expensive here. Although you can get large meals.
It depends what you're buying. If you're buying like Western style market food, then yes. But if you're buying Korean food, it's super cheap.
Yeah.
We've got an amazing market near my new place, and oh man, Super cheap, really fresh, just fantastic.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm a happy boy. I'm a happy boy.
Lee Sin has a Mountain Drake on his market right now.
Well, UCal has a Lee Sin Ultimate on his mind, and you can see SKT, they don't want to go against a Dragon and 2 members of the Afreeca Freecs, especially with the bottom lane rotating up. That's a Mantra Q that's going to land effectively there as Arkan trying to go aggressive. Good empower damage there onto Keen. No response from the Aatrox.
So right now, the early game, not the most exciting, even though Clid tried to make things happen. But still not level 6. He's finally going to end up getting it here, though, off this Golem camp. But Dread has already been level 6 for quite a while. He also has camps to return to. So the jungle experience is definitely quite wide between the two champions right now.
It's a big deal. You can see aiming and Sen still holding on here towards the bottom side. Frost Fang is in for the Sona. We'll see when the transformation's going to come down, though, because right now, Teddy's farming out a whole lot more effectively than Senin is. And it's a very different scenario than the one that Deft was able to put himself in against the Vladimir in our last series. This is an example of SKT dominating this lane. And Teddy, happy to tank some turret shots and get some turret plates and have no worries at all. As Realm Warp's going to come in, UCal's going to flash instantly. I think that only just came back off cooldown. He's getting as much value out of that button as he can.
But now going to clear out the ward, but instead it's going to be immediately changed.
UCal just moves it up a brush.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. I thought maybe Clid would immediately check that brush, but decides not to.
No, I actually can't stress how important it would be for SK Telecom to get the Mountain Drake so that they have very early Baron potential.
Yeah. Sorry, I saw how much gold Teddy had in comparison to aiming, and it was a very big number. It's close to double the gold that this Sona has put together for herself. Hasn't been able to land the harass, I don't think, as Afreeca Freecs are going to try their hand at this Mountain Drake.
This would be really sad if this is given up for free.
Especially when it's a Sona comp. We had this conversation earlier on. Aiming takes some damage here as True Shot Barrage does a whole lot of work. The Sona might have to flash here. Needs to wait for some W's. Yeah, there's the Mantra Q coming out. And Senon's going to get kicked back. Teddy in trouble. Dread dives on top of him. First blood going over to the Afreeca jungler. That is what decisive play is going to net you. And remember, if you get the ultimate out of a Karma, you've got 3 buttons that you can press.
Yeah, and it was really indecisive out of SKT, except this is now decisive. Here comes the teleport.
Yeah, Mata is going to go into his stopwatch. It's a double teleport to come in, but aiming is going to die for it. UCal came down. Keen's going to join him. It's a big battle as Clid is in trouble. Dread can't close the distance on him, though. As Khan once again going to be dived on. Dread, can he get in there? Does he have the Audacious Charge back off cooldown? As Mata does tether himself over, but Afreeca Freecs not going to have any of it. It's 4v4. He's going to get neutralized. It's 1-1 at the top of the screen, as you can see. And about 100 gold the difference between these two.
That was a very chaotic little skirmish happening there, but everyone was very indecisive with what they wanted to do, seemingly. Obviously, the double teleport was nice out of SK Telecom. Afreeca respond to it.
Minion Wave's going begging everywhere on this map right now. Mid lane completely open, top lane completely open, pushing a little bit
let's take
towards Afreeca.
Replay of this, and so right here, Senin, he wants to go for some sort of a counter engage, and I thought that Lee Sin would just do a 4-man kick, but he had different plans in mind. Teddy as well. Teddy decided he wanted to make another quick trip back to the base. So Afreeca lunge onto him. This is where the double teleport comes in, though. Now you can see Aatrox, he's able to go back up to top lane, and Sona is just dead. So Senin can get out of this, and so can Xinjiao at the north. So the fact that they teleport down Keen and UCal is a misreading of the situation, because they can get an equal amount of gold in turret plates in top and the lane minions, as well as in mid lane.
Yeah, they didn't actually need to get there because the fight was already over.
Yeah, the fight was already over. So a little bit of an erroneous decision.
However,
out of Afreeca.
For Afreeca, they do manage to pick up the Mountain Drake, which is fantastic for a composition that struggles a little bit to take down the Baron super quickly, but can keep themselves very healthy while they do it. So Mountain Drake could be very valuable if they find themselves an opportunity to try and go for a sneaky Baron. Right now, mid lane, there is a battle as Dread is going to find Faker. That's a great lockdown. Infernal Chains are going to get in there. That CC bar lasted a real long time, and Yukal's going to be able to grab that kill.
Now some counter jungling actually being done by Yukal right here, making Glid use the smite.
Yeah. Lands a kick there, but Shelly looks to be going down. Keen looking for Khan. Lands some good knockups though, so Khan probably not wanting to take this battle, and it feels like things are going top heavy for Afreeca and bottom heavy for SKT.
Yeah.
Teddy and Mata are super far ahead. However, Keen is demolishing the map if he can get out of this lane.
Rift Herald taken, but it's a little bit too late to use it on any of the plates. Aiming!
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah, you can see Senna needing the body block, feeling like it could be very, very dangerous. Okay. Glid's going to be able to find some camps here. He's down by a few of them, but not too much as we have a look at this one yet again. Faker just wrong place, wrong time.
Where is he going?
The river.
Oh.
Top river.
Oh, okay. He needed to go that way? Yeah. Okay.
That's where he's going.
All right.
Had an appointment.
Yeah, I thought it was very important for him to walk that way while Lee Sin was doing the red and Khan was keeping top lane. So, all right. Thank you for making that clear.
You're welcome. Yeah, he's going to find Faker once again in Yukal as there's the big kick, but it's Yukal that gets the flash kick instead. More kicks going everywhere else as Keen is the one in trouble. Hero's entrance way too late there from Sennen. Realm Warp's going to come forward, not going to work as he's knocked out of it. It's a 1-for-1 in the mid lane.
Ends up being a 1-for-1, but that's going to be advantageous for Afreeca.
Oh. Aiming, bit of a panic ultimate here as Teddy looking for more damage. Doesn't find that Q though, as Sennen can't find the Winds of War. Teddy gets over the wall, no flash necessary, and he's even able to shoot a Grom.
He is so angry that he mystic shot Bertha.
He's just really angry at Sonas.
Some domestic
he's
violence.
Angry at Sonas. Ever since MSI, Sona is his least favorite champion. If he sees one, he kills him.
Let's take a look at this replay right here. This was a little bit of a doozy here. First kick coming out. Next kick.
Kicks everywhere.
The alley-oop right there into Keen. Getting killed, and then eventually Faker going down shortly thereafter.
Yeah, that round warp never going to work, as there's a bevy of CC available with this trio. Yukal back in the mid lane, and once again he's having a fantastic Sylas performance. Last time we saw him on the Sylas, he did brilliantly well. I believe picked himself up an MVP for that one. We'll see whether it's going to be yet another MVP performance.
Clown Drake can't really decide which way it wanted to go.
Yeah. Indecisive Clown Drake. Like the worst kind, as Aiming's trying to protect the sliver of health remaining on this turret. Does have the transformation finally on his Frost Queen's claim.
At this point, it looks like Khan passing down towards mid lane. I think that they saw him with that control ward, though.
Yeah, you'd expect... Oh, actually, no. I don't think so. Unless he... I think he walked down south side of the river, so could be unknown as he walks in. Now they...
Okay, he's just running straight to Dragon, and I really like this. He crashed the wave. He showed up in the event that they would need him, and now he's running back up into top lane. Without any turret plates being there, he's not really losing too much. And also, it's a cannon, so...
Yeah.
It's absorbing a lot of turret hits. Not the end of the world.
Last a while, as Kane does deal with this turret relatively effectively. And Shelly's going to pop out and smack down this turret, and that will be some local gold finally. Going over to Keen.
Great champion, Stonefist, by the way. I just really gotta...
Yeah?
I'm looking forward to it.
Big fan?
A little bit. Yeah, I think a lot of people are a big fan of Sona right now. See that? Yeah. She's almost back to full HP. Hold on, give it a couple seconds.
Yeah. She'll be back up, don't worry. I'm looking forward to when she does a lot of damage, as well as does a lot of healing, and does a lot of everything.
You know what was one of my favorite meta champions to watch at one point? Do you remember middle lane Soraka?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That gets me excited.
That was the real good stuff. That was the good stuff. Actually, I stopped playing League of Legends during that meta.
Why?
I just didn't like it. You know, I wanted to... It was either play Sona and have a really boring time and win, or play against Sona and try and have fun but get denied fun throughout the entire game. Sorry, Soraka.
Soraka.
Yeah, and I just didn't want to be a part of that. I think I went back to playing Pokemon, something like that. Just started a new save file.
Okay.
And then came back again when I'd finished that one.
Oh yeah, you didn't. I don't believe we talked about this. Which one are you gonna choose, Sword or Shield?
I haven't decided. The puppy dog with a knife in his mouth is like really cute.
I haven't seen anything yet.
Oh, you haven't seen the legendaries got revealed, man. It happened.
I'm gonna have to
And
take
one
a
of
look
them is basically a puppy dog with a little knife in his mouth.
That's sad.
It's really cute.
What's the third legendary thing? You know what I'm talking about? There's always
I mean, well,
2 and then...
You follow Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Then there's a few schools of thought, you know. Arrow could be one, like, it could be like a bow and arrow legendary.
Don't go American on me here.
Or an axe. But if it's a sword and shield, it's not going to be a gun, okay? It's not going to be a gun. It's a different era. All right? The internet went a bit silly that day when they decided that that was going to be a thing. It's not going to be a thing.
Right.
Got to stay in the right era. It's like when people are talking about dinosaurs and they're like, oh, and they mix up like Jurassic and Cretaceous periods and stuff like that. It's like there's so many years in between those. They're very different dinosaurs.
All right.
Sorry, I've got a lot of feelings. And SKT's got a lot of wards, as you can see, as we try and bring it back to the video game at hand. Red side of Afreeca's jungle is littered. But at the moment, I mean, there's no lead to poke a stick at here on either side. SKT is ahead by, you know, approximately 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
That is pretty much nothing at 20 minutes in.
The problem is that if you're a normal SK Telecom, if you just crop out the Afreeca team comp here and you see SK Telecoms, you probably think that it's really good, right?
Yeah.
Because they have a gold advantage with what should be considered a scaling team composition with a Ryze and a Jax. But then you crop back in the Afreeca team comp and you say to yourself, oh,
whoopsies.
that's unfortunate. And another Mountain Drake coming up. And I don't know what it is with Sona being in the game and 2 mountains spawning sometimes, but if Afreeca actually gets their hands on that, it's extremely easy to just burst the Baron.
And with, you know, Dread in a decent position in this game, Warrior Enchant complete, Keen having a fair bit of damage now as well, 30% CDR with his current build. Yukal does a lot of consistent damage as well. I mean, they won't have too much trouble, especially aided by an extra Mountain Drake. See how that one is going to go. Aiming now, building towards his Lichbane as item number 2, or theoretically 3, but it's just a Frostfang with a bit of an evolution, so I wouldn't call that an item. As they clear out this wave pretty comfortably. Sitting in Ezreal in the mid lane, though, feels like, you know, that's the perfect thing that you're supposed to do, and I find it so interesting about what you mentioned with the fact that, yes, you see it, you think SKT, great spot.
Yeah.
But may not necessarily be the case with how this game could potentially go. However, we know what SKT can do. This is a team that is very good, and if they are in a mid-game where they have an advantage, they generally win when it comes to team fights. Or at least that was the case during the spring season and at MSI. So Afreeca might need to speed this one up or start making the decisive plays to catch someone out and make something happen when they can find an advantage. Dread shows up. You're not going to land there onto him as cleared, waiting in the wings, but 4 members of SKT are here. They're looking to protect this Mountain Drake if they can. Realm Warp from Yukal. Moving forward, diving in. That's a 3-man taunt as Teddy has to Arcane Shift away. The crescendo is only onto Khan, who's going to get out safely. True Shot Barrage narrowly avoided there as the Afreeca Freecs look to heal back up and make their way to the Dragon.
And there's a lot of pressure right now on Teddy.
Yeah, this is the scary thing, right?
Team fight, yeah.
They killed nobody, however, they have all the priority on this Mountain Drake. SKT moving in, still seeing whether they can do it. Second Mountain goes over to Afreeca, and now they're just trying to get out of there. Hero's entrance comes down. Zenon is going to land as Khan does have the stopwatch to stay alive, but all 5 members, Song and Celerity. Sona's a great champion, and Afreeca gets out.
Sona's a great champion. If SK Telecom want to get another Dragon this game, they'll be rewarded. greatly.
It
with
just
another
got
Clown
harder.
Drake.
It just got harder
Yeah.
to get another dragon, though, because there's 2 mountains on the side of Afreeca. As Dread, okay, missing the point-blank W. I like it. As Aiming says, no, I didn't just get bursted down. I promise. As he heals himself back up. Well, Teleport is going to get the Silas back in here as SKT, aware that there's no vision in this Baron pit, are looking
there's
to
so many
set
ways
up.
to check it.
Yeah, a ward over the wall is one of them.
What is this?
It's called milling about in the river. Haven't you ever been on a holiday to like somewhere near a river?
I have no
People
idea
mill
what they
about in
just
rivers
did.
all the time.
They ran from Dragon to the left side of the river in dilly-dally.
Yeah, and they lost their outer turret in the middle.
Where did they learn this?
Well, not at the LS school of things that you should do in the mid-game. They didn't go to that school. That
Well, they
was,
didn't learn this from NA either. They should have done that in the middle lane, the NARAM.
Yeah.
So...
The lane's just going the other way. We're just X marks the lane. We're just heading up the river instead.
I just want to see it one more time.
Well, this was actually a really cool play.
This was insane. This was a Bullet Express Galio. That's really scary. I mean, Teddy manages to get out of there. And fortunately for SK Telecom, none of their members ended up going down. And Aatrox, he wasn't quite at the fight yet, but...
The thing that makes me really scared about this play, though, is the fact that, yes, no one goes down, but SKT were chunked out enough that Afreeca could just bully them around the map. And Afreeca can take these fights any time if Aiming stays alive. Because he presses W 3 times and everyone's at full health.
Isn't that great?
I know, it's so balanced.
I really like it. I like it when healers are strong.
I actually think it's really cool, personally.
I do.
I
actually do, too. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because, like, this composition is something that we haven't really seen too much. I liked Soraka compositions when she was, you know, a balanced champion that you can choose in certain matchups, things like that.
Yeah.
If it is something that you can just blind pick and say, well, let's go, like, that's very different, and I think that's oppressive. But if there are ways to deal with it, then I think it's really, really cool. So Afreeca now have that option, and we're going to need some Executioner's Callings and some fun items on the side of SKT for them to stop that from happening, or some good all-in attempts here as Teddy was looking for that final Q, True Shot Barrage. He got angry at the Gargoyle there as well, but this is the minion wave, unfortunately.
Well, Afreeca, they are completely fine to keep everything slow and steady.
Yeah, and it's actually, it feels to me like both teams are happy to keep it slow and steady, right? Like, Faker demonstrating right there that even though he's 0-2, he's still completely farmed and can do a lot of damage, building towards his full hat now with his needlessly large rod. Not sure how 2 sticks turn into a hat, but there you go.
You know what?
What?
I can tell that you've never...
Built a hat before?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. Guess I made that obvious.
Yeah.
What
really gave that away.
What kind of sticks do you use to make a
I
hat?
don't know, but one that needs 2 needlessly large rods.
This is embarrassing. It's really embarrassing for me. I really should have done my my research first before I learned about how to build a hat. Here I was thinking that it's like made with cloth and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Faker gets knocked up. Another Infernal Change is going to land as the Aftershock is going to proc. But Faker's still putting on a lot of pressure here towards the bottom side. And right now the 1-3-1 is working quite effectively for SKT. The gold lead has not changed. Still 800.
Isn't really changing. They're not accomplishing much in top lane. Jax is playing ping pong with Silas.
Anything.
Yeah, and we've seen time and time again that Sona's real strength is in the team fights.
True.
So as long as the game is just remaining in a static state without anything really happening, everyone gets to keep building items. The Sona team composition is flourishing, and outside of Ryze being a hero inside of a team fight, I don't know what SK Telecom are actually going to try to do to win this. Because it's going to be all too easy now for Afreeca to say, hey, normally you would like your Ryze to try to split push and threaten something at some point in the game. We have 2 Mountain Drakes. So if you step away for a second, we can just burst through the Baron. You can't actually fight us either.
But they can also start the Baron anytime they want and pull off the Baron and heal. And then go back to the Baron and do it all over again. It's not like they're going to pay... Like, there's no cost to starting Baron in any way. And Afreeca
they can 2-man it with double Mountain.
Yeah, and they're going to head over there and they're going to start it right now as Aiming turns
There we go.
Everyone's moving real fast.
Baker's
and
got
Teleport is going to come in exactly right. Flank is going to Afreeca peel off the Baron, and they've got full health.
Oh, man. He has to be real careful.
Well, Realm
Okay.
Warp will
Realm
get
Warp.
Faker out of there.
And now they can do it again.
If they want
You,
to, yeah.
you just put Rise on a 6-minute cooldown, and now repeat the play. Even if it takes you 45 seconds, 50 seconds to get back into position. Let's do some quick math. That's still less than 6 minutes.
Yep.
So now you can repeat the play that you just were trying to go for, and SK Telecom cannot execute the same kind of a response.
Well, Dread,
All right.
he was in a bit of
I
a
bet he-
dicey scenario as Faker's going to be taking down the Cloud Drake. I'd probably take a Freecs Drakes this game.
Yeah.
If, yep. Yeah.
Oh, third cloud.
Triple Cloud.
That's actually a crown drink when you get all three.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's actually not too bad,
Clown,
right?
cloud, and crown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you do run pretty damn quickly. And
Yeah.
that might actually help SKT, who are relatively low range. They've got a Jax who loves movement speed, and you can see Afreeca. They have started this one up. It's directly under the noses of SKT.
It goes down so quickly.
Yeah, down to about half health already. Clid's over here, though. This is a 50-50, and Afreeca are looking to turn. They've got Crescendo. They've got a lot of tools to make this one work, and SKT have to be decisive because aiming heals so damn much as this poke is flying in. SKT routing them, though. They will be able to take down this outer turret as Khan. He looks for the counter-strike, doesn't find it. Now Clid's looking for the kick, but misses. Keen, Umbral Dash is a pretty good ability, moves him out of the way. As now Yukao, the
man.
abscond, not quite enough.
And the Ezreal is showing up big. This was the kind of poke that I was mentioning could try.
Red might need to actually ult here as he dives on forward, looking for more. Flash still available. Tries to get out of there.
Oh,
Crescendo
Crescendo
completely whiffs as Khan dives in, but can't get too much more. Keen has some options, but Worldender won't keep him alive unless they get a kill, and he has to get out. Now SKT think it's their turn for a Baron.
This might be the very thin timing where SK Telecom can try to turn everything around.
Oh, not deciding to go for it. Khan goes back home. Clid goes up towards the top side to take down this turret. A guaranteed objective as opposed to one that could be a bit dicey, but it's not going to add anything more really to the coffers that can make a big difference.
Oh, man.
Clid's going to need to do some Houdini stuff to get out of this one.
He's out.
Yeah,
He's out.
he takes the river. He goes down the other lane that we were talking about before and makes it to safety.
That's going to be one where they look at the replay.
And
They're like, where did he go?
This invisible guy?
Huh?
Realm Walk brings over some minions to try and take down this inner turret, and SKT are
Oh,
going to be
they
able to get
bypassed
this
the
one.
minion wave, yep.
Yeah, really nicely done.
And they get themselves an objective off of that. Teddy does need to recall. He has the teleport available, not the end of the world. Here's that build that's coming out now. It's not the Iceborne Gauntlet, it's the Trinity Force.
Yeah, Luton's Echo now completed.
Yep. Luton's completed. Miramana there too. Sword penetration boots now also for Ezreal.
Third time's the charm, LS, as we're starting up the Baron yet again. Down to
Imagine-
about half health as Clid is here. 5 members of SKT versus all 5 of Afreeca.
Oh god.
Realm Warp's going to come in. Yukal trying to set this one up. Another taunt is going to land, but it's not quite enough work as the hero's entrance will come down. Khan in the bouncy castle.
Oh,
The
that's
Crescendo
Worldender.
saved just for him as Clid has to go golden. He's right in the middle of the team as the Zinzao is picked off, but aiming still alive for the moment. So much damage
Teddy.
to Baker, but not quite enough as Teddy finds Yukal, aiming desperately, trying to keep himself alive as Keen wants to dive onto the Ezreal. True Shot Barrage goes wide. Baron's still alive though, and it's an even trade across the board.
And it was an even trade, but you look at everything that was expended inside of this team fight. SKT are going to be the ones that have a much heavier reliance on their summoner spells. As we take a look at how this all ends up unfolding, Realm Warp comes in right on top of Faker. Keen has to go into Sonya's really quickly. They want to get the kill onto Khan. They get it, but Teddy able to bring down the Aatrox before he gets too out of control. Faker down below, able to be handled by Senin and aiming, and eventually cleaned up by Keen in the end, but Teddy was doing a hero play on Ezreal throughout the entire fight.
Dealing with Yukal and aiming almost by himself, as aiming having to flash to get out at the end. I want to say though, Clid's kick was stunning. So much damage. And work done as Teddy, he's like, get off my back, team. Come on, is this Jin Air all over again? He does do a lot of damage though, and he just picked up that Luton's Echo. As we're running it back one more time.
We got it one more time.
Yeah.
This is where it gets really scary though. SK Telecom, they don't have the summoners that they just had, and while Afreeca doesn't either, they're less reliant on having them compared to SKT. Oh, Dread taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, that's a big knock up there onto Teddy in the backline as Mara's in trouble. He's going to go down first. Cleared in trouble as well. Infernal Chains will be broken, but now they have to deal with Khan. Oh, it's a two-man crescendo as Faker is going to get caught up right in the middle of the enemy team, and this might be it. Clit is still alive, but it would be suicide to dive into this pit. He may just have to try as Yukal's looking for it. Clit in so much trouble, but he's able to limp away for the moment. The Baron is still leashed, and I think they're going to have to work on a miracle here. It is going to be the smite, and Dread keeps a level head, and they finally get the Baron.
And these are the type of team fights I was talking about from the pick ban, where it's so hard. Even though you have a Ryze and a Jax, it doesn't matter, because Sona is just so powerful. She's such a menace inside of these team fights. And you look at SK Telecom, they're so scattered inside of this con. Right in the heart of the team. Keen getting the World Ender, Teddy trying to do as much damage as he possibly can. But it's so difficult because Afreeca charges at you like hyenas.
Yeah.
And you end up having to scatter.
That crescendo, by the way, was incredible. Aiming had so many opportunities to use it earlier on in the fight, but just unable to. And these damage numbers are going to be skewed like this. They are always going to be skewed like this because aiming gives everyone so much more health than they actually have from spamming his W consistently in the fight. Almost level 16 with each rank of the ultimate, you get even more cooldown reduction on everything else. One more level and aiming is just going to be pianoing on his keyboard, keeping everyone alive forever.
It's a beautiful champion. Absolutely fantastic, Sona.
Well, I think you need to have the right opposition for Sona to look completely busted, right? And against this SKT comp, Sona does look busted. As Keen has to run the heck out of the way, does so, but has to use his ultimate. And the siege is going to continue. They can do this for a really long time. As Khan keeps himself alive with the counter-strike for a moment, but SKT not going to hold on to that inner turret. Another minion wave going to get corralled towards this mid lane.
We're going to be really careful.
Yeah, man, like, if aiming's there, Afreeca are at full health.
Yeah.
Just all the time. And he's even got his Magi's.
SKT are probably wondering how they lost with this.
Well, they lost with this many minutes ago.
Yeah.
In fact, 20 minutes ago, they had already lost. And that's a good way to counteract the Sona, because she doesn't do this for the first 15 minutes of the game. As Khan is fighting, looking for Yukal, but does have to make his way out. Teleport is invested there from the Afreeca Freecs. A win for SKT.
And just the movement speed from Sona being able to dance between lanes with her teammates. And they also do have one Clown Drake to boot.
Yep. Well, Mountain Drakes are going to help the towers fall down very, very quickly. And a team without a AD carry is certainly one that's going to benefit from that. Clit has to safeguard to get himself out as the Afreeca Freecs. They move back in again. I think they took some damage. Not entirely sure. Sona exists. Yep, Galio in the mid lane. Does have heroic entrance if they want to get on top of Faker. Yeah, is going to get taken down extremely low. The knockout party is going to be there. And Dread secures the kill and the turret and even more. Afreeca Freecs, they've got their first inhibitor. They're looking for their second. And SKT look completely out of answers.
Yeah. This game is definitely over. Ryze is such an integral part to the team composition. The Morellonomicon, him being able to spread it through so many teammates, or through so many opponents inside of the team fight, is so important. They almost got aiming. They got him.
Clit looking for. Oh no, he lands the crescendo. The kickback's not enough. As they at least managed to dive onto Yukal. Sacrifices himself, though there's no re-engage. The base is in shambles, but SKT survive.
Yeah, they did manage to hold on. But the question then becomes, how do they answer? Look at the timers for the next Baron and the Elder. They come up at the same time. Now maybe SK Telecom make the correct decision and go for the Elder, and maybe Afreeca makes a blunder, goes for the Baron. That could be one way that SKT could actually come back and win, is through Elder Dragon. That's the only hope that SKT have in this game. This is, interestingly enough, sometimes why I say it's more correct to leave the Elemental Dragon up as we're seeing this team fight where they just get spread so far apart. UCal goes down because everyone wanted to save aiming.
Yep.
Ends up resulting in SK Telecom holding on for a while. But if this Elder wasn't spawning right now and you're Afreeca, you probably feel so good.
Well, see whether Afreeca can prioritize it. Minute and a half until that buff is available. You wouldn't expect that Faker would be 0-5 because he still does a really scary amount of damage on this Rise. Needs to be respected despite the scoreline. As True Shot Barrage there from Teddy is going to weaken all of these minions. Big Wave, though, is making its way towards the inner turret. And Aiming's going to move up. Lichbane, yeah, she's pretty good at taking turrets down as well this stage of the game.
Yeah. Banshee
So
Veil
what
as well.
can't she do?
Tank.
She can't frontline.
She can't frontline. She can't do that. She sort of can.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
So she needs to be buffed. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're going to need a buff.
I think that we need a buff here.
Yeah. Permanent invulnerability, I think.
You know what? I have an idea. Let me throw some nerfs your way. You tell me if you agree with them or not.
Yeah,
How about this?
Yeah, okay, go.
How about we take 5 MS off?
That could work.
Okay. How about a quarter-second offer Q?
Ooh.
Added to her Q, sorry.
Added to her Q, quarter second.
Quarter-second.
I don't know whether that's enough of it, to be honest. I don't know whether you're going to really feel that, especially with all the stacking cooldown reduction she gets. Last remaining inhibitor is going to get taken down. Counter-strike was considered there by Khan, but unable to find anyone out of position. SKT chasing Afreeca out of their base. The damage has been done. This red buff will be taken by Afreeca. Teddy wants to take it. As Dread's in trouble, the ultimate's going to come in. He does have the GA. Heroic entrance is going to land as Senin puts himself in front of the enemy team. Khan up towards the top side. Afreeca fighting on 2 fronts. That's exactly what you don't want to do as this comp. But now they move themselves forward. Faker is going to get taken out as Dread is going to be the trade. It is not the trade you want to make if you're an SKT fan, as Aiming and the rest of the team move over with the hijacked Realm Warp into the Baron Pit.
No. This is the thing SK Telecom needs.
Oh,
they
wow.
need
This is the both trade. That's the aim, right?
Oh.
But they're not going to get it.
Okay, they're not going to get both, but they get the Elder, which is the one that they want.
Yeah. So Elder is going to be picked up here by SKT. Baron goes over to the Afreeca Freecs. UCal.
Oh, man.
Yeah, looking to try and
Look
route
how
them.
fast
Yeah,
everyone is.
Khan's in trouble. The Abscond not going to land there as Khan gets over the wall. Afreeca's still looking for him, though. They're following super creeps into the enemy base. Aiming's got a Banshee's Veil. There's so many minions.
It might be too many minions.
9 seconds on Faker, and then they'll have 5 members still alive. Nexus turrets now falling down.
Oh,
UCal
look at those
picks
minions.
up the ultimate as Clid is getting smacked around by the super creeps. These turrets are not lasting at all. The double Mountain Drake is huge. Crescendo lands onto just the Jackson. They're back down to having only 4. The Nexus is the focus, and Afreeca take game 1.
That was really potentially going to be scary, but there's just too many minions and too much pressure coming from other areas.
I just want to say, though, that game was really cool. Yes, there were a lot of lulls in the middle, but I think, like, from a standpoint of both of these teams, you're thinking that we're strong in the later stages of the game. But identifying that you have the Sona, that you have this ability to play long, drawn-out fights so incredibly well and so much better than the SKT team composition was just a really great way that Afreeca managed to make the game last a very long time, and then understood that their win condition was fight around the Baron. They did so 5 times in a row until it worked.
A lot of people, they'll look at that and be like, well, can't Rise just split push? No, he can't until it's too late in the game where the opponent can do what Afreeca did. They can start the Baron, demand Rise use teleport. Great, now Rise is on a 6-minute cooldown. It's only going to take them 40, 50 seconds to re-execute the same kind of rotation, and now suddenly Rise can't make the same response play. And the game state never got to a point where Rise could magically threaten to just bulldoze one-on-one through anyone. And Afreeca's team composition, as we were talking about in the pick ban, straight up 5v5, it's a lot stronger.
Yeah. I really enjoyed how Afreeca navigated the draft initially and then the game itself after that. As we have a look at the stats, 53,000 damage for Teddy.
I saw it.
It's the Jin Air treatment. Look at the low damage numbers on Afreeca's side. I want to see the healing numbers, because
Yeah,
I have a feeling that's going to be about 53,000 healing done on the Sona's side.
Oh, man. That's quite a damage chart. It's quite a damage chart.
And it's really interesting thinking about MVP for this series as well, because I kind of want to give it to aiming, but I also kind of think that he was Sona. And maybe that's why things worked. Do you give the MVP vote to Nofe? Maybe Nofe gets it?
No,
For a good draft?
This is the tragic part where I actually want to put Zenon, but I just know that it doesn't matter. I actually do.
Well, I mean, Zenon did play very, very well.
Yeah.
And also, Yukao pairing with Zenon with those Realm Warped taunts into the middle of these fights, that was amazingly well done.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of people will come out of this game saying Sona is super broken and blah, 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 but I think that a lot of this needs to be given to Afreeca for intelligent drafting and playing well around having a champion that can be very strong in specific circumstances. And this was a specific circumstance where Sona was strong.
SKT's going to blue side.
That is true. We're back. That is theoretically their 100% win rate zone. And we'll see whether it does work out. Guys, we are going to go to a short break. When we get back, we'll see whether SKT can even out the series or whether the Afreeca Freecs can get their first win of summer. This is a huge deal. We heard from Yukao how much it would mean to take down Faker in the mid lane